1989. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young Disney World at the height of its golden age, the Disney MGM Studios was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Then, something happened that changed all that. The time is now to celebrate 35 years of Disney's Hollywood Studios with the largest ever in-person gathering of those who created its magic, the Imagineers who brought you the great movie ride, Muppet Vision 3D, and of course, as you may recognize, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. We'll present never-before-seen stories and artwork from the Hollywood that never was, but always will be. This event is somewhat unique in that it will offer a meet and greet and autograph session, as well as 2 days of star-studded panels and presentations. We invite you, if you dare, to register at stage89.com to attend this event either in person or via streaming, or just to get more information. And all event proceeds travel directly to Give Kids the World Village.
This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now's the news for April 10th, 2024. The Admiral Joe Fowler ferryboat has returned to service, transporting guests from the Transportation Ticket Center to Magic Kingdom across the Seven Seas Lagoon. The boat was repainted blue during refurbishment, swapping color schemes with the General Joe Potter ferryboat. Last summer, the General Joe Potter was painted green, and cast members told us the Admiral Joe Fowler would soon be painted blue. These are more thematic colors. Think about it. General Joe Potter was in the Army. That used to be blue. And then Joe Fowler is in the Navy. That used to be green, so people associate green with the Army and blue with the Navy. I'm glad that I've been asking for this change for a very long time. They look great. Artificial turf has been installed in CommuniCore Plaza at EPCOT, which will open, of course, on June 10th. There are now several grassy spots under the plaza's light columns, similar to the hub grass, I guess, at Magic Kingdom. Guests will likely be able to lounge on the turf while watching performances on that plaza stage. Concrete planters are also full of shrubs and trees. These and the awnings jutting out from CommuniCore Hall create some shade. A large sidewalk runs down the middle of the plaza. Smaller sidewalks then cut through the squares of grass. The stage is under one of the overhangs there and is lined with white triangular tiles inspired by Spaceship Earth. The new CommuniCore Hall will be a flex space for EPCOT festivals and a new home to a Mickey and Friends meet and greet. The Morocco Pavilion Friendship Boat Dock in EPCOT has reopened after a 3-week refurbishment. With the Morocco dock back open, Germany dock is now closed again. This launch and the one near Mexico Pavilion have been closed since the summer of 2016, except when one of the other docks needs refurbishment. Friendship boats are back to transporting guests directly between the Morocco Pavilion and the Canada Pavilion across the World Showcase Lagoon. Of course, weather permitting, the boats will depart every 15 minutes between 11 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Walt Disney World has announced a series of new resort hotel discounts for summer and early fall of 2024. Guests can save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney resort hotels when they stay 5 consecutive nights or longer. Save up to 25% on shorter stays. The offer is valid for stays most nights from July 8th to October 3rd of 2024. The number of rooms allocated for this offer is limited, savings based on the non-discounted price of the same room. Disney Visa card members can enjoy a free dining plan when they use their Disney Visa card to purchase a non-discounted 4-night, 4-day Walt Disney Travel Company package that includes a room at a select Disney Resort hotel and a theme park ticket with a park hopper option. There are several nights. You can please review them on the website. We have a lot on there. Florida residents can also save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels, valid for stays most nights from July 8th through October 3rd. There's also a special offer for annual pass holders to save up to 35% on rooms at select Disney hotels. There are big charts and lots of info to look at for this. It'd be really hard for me to go through all the dates and hotels available, but you can check it out all on our site. Did you know there's a way you can save big at Disney Deluxe Resorts? Well, today's show is brought to you by DVC Rental Store, a great way for you to plan a luxury Disney vacation on a modest budget. You don't need to sign up for a full DVC contract. Instead, they will allow you to rent the points you need for a magical stay. You can stay deluxe at a fraction of the cost, and now thanks to their lowest price guarantee offer, you will always have the best price on the market. The rooms are discounted up to 75%, and they have the largest member inventory for points, so there's lots to choose from. You can search their availability for free right now, which is actually not something that all rental companies offer. And if you do choose to book, they have a great cancellation policy and a low down payment. DVC Rental Store is the #1 DVC rental company in the U.S. and one that we have used many times over. Head to our description to check them out. Just as we talked about on the last show, we speculated a little bit, Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort are launching an updated disability access service this spring. We recently reported on the rumor that Disney would be changing their DAS pass soon, and looks like that's coming to fruition. The updated service will launch on May 20th at Walt Disney World and on June 18th at Disneyland. It is designed to accommodate guests with, quote, developmental disability like autism or similar. No medical records will be required. Until the official launch, DAS is valid for up to 30 days. After that, it'll be valid for the length of the ticket, up to 120 days, longer than it has been before. The party size attached to a DAS can only be a total of 4, including the person getting the DAS. There are some exceptions for family members. This has been a little bit of a moving target. A lot of people are reporting different things based on releases, and it says different things on a Disney World website. Disneyland Resort will have a virtual video chat available ahead of time for guests to discuss their needs. There will still be an in-person option at the ticket booth windows on the Esplanade, not in the theme parks. Walt Disney World also recommends pre-planning virtually. Virtual consultants will be available on the same day. In-person registration will not be available beginning on May 20th. Guests will still be able to make ride selections from the My Disney Experience and Disneyland app. A Walt Disney World spokesman said Disney is dedicated to providing a great experience for all guests, including those with disabilities, which is why we are so committed to delivering a wide range of innovative support services aimed at helping our guests with disabilities have a wonderful time when visiting our theme parks. The new updates to the system are due to overuse, according to Disney officials. Use of DAS reportedly tripled over the course of 5 years. This brought it far beyond the original intended capacity, creating difficulties for cast members and making it harder for disabled guests to get the services that they need. Over the coming months, Disney will also add more cast members and invest in specialized training. They're teaming up with Inspire Health Alliance professionals, that's their third party, to help casts determine eligibility for appropriate accommodation and add more options for guests needing support in queues. This includes creating a defined return to queue process for guests who might need to go to the restroom or take some other kind of break while waiting. Disney is not taking this lightly. In the FAQ for the service, Disney states, if it is determined that any of the statements a guest made in the process of obtaining DAS are not true, the guest will be permanently barred from entering the Walt Disney World Resort and the Disneyland Resort, and any previously purchased annual passes, Magic Key passes, tickets, and other park products and services will be forfeited and not refunded. Obviously, this is a big deal for a lot of people because now the DAS appears to only be available to those with autism or a similar condition. They're referring guests who have issues with mobility, ambulatory problems, pain, all those types of things, to other services they offer, like having cast members available to help you load onto a ride. and showing that their queues mostly can accommodate people with these conditions. Of course, this is going to be a moving target. We're going to look for some changes, some clarifications moving forward. I'm sure a lot of people are upset by this, and I'm sure a lot of people will be demanding exceptions for their conditions and things like that. But what we know is that Disney determined there is widespread abuse of the problem. It was a big enough problem that they had to overhaul the whole system. We speculated that it might be similar to the system Universal's using, but it's not. This is much different, although there is still a third party involved in this. You will not have to show your medical records for this, but they put a pretty big disclaimer that if you are lying, there are consequences. We will watch this closely moving forward. We know this is important to a lot of you out there. I saw in the comments some of the comments got pretty ugly about what people they thought were or were not abusing the service, who does and doesn't have a wheelchair, which, by the way, a wheelchair didn't automatically qualify you for DAS in the past. So we'll see. But right now, as you know, there are a lot of disabilities that are invisible to you, maybe that you don't see, disabilities that people experience every day that are on the inside. They're not immediately visible to others. And those are the ones that are most qualified for DAS at this point, which are things like autism and developmental issues. We know there are plenty of other things that you feel may qualify for this service, but as of right now, the only people who qualify for DAS are people with autism or similar conditions. The Character Buffet at 1900 Park Fair at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort has reopened. That's today, April 10th of 2024. It has been closed for over 4 years. It features all new furnishings, new carpeting, new artwork, new characters, and new lighting. There's a full review of the breakfast on our site, and tonight we will be trying the dinner. So please keep your eyes peeled, and like I said, very exhaustive breakfast review on our site right now. Following a speaker falling into a guest pathway last Friday, other speakers and their support poles have been removed from the hub in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland Park. There are usually speakers on poles throughout the flower beds behind railings. They are the same color green as the lamppost and stage lights, so they blend in. People call it go-away green. That blends in with the surroundings. But there are no speakers currently in the center of the hub. Obviously, kind of a safety shutdown there, right? They're going to evaluate how safe these things are. The Walt Disney Company has released the vote tallies for the board of directors election, happened last week, revealing the exact numbers in their victory against the Nelson Peltz Try-In partners and Blackwell's Capital pushes to get seats on the board. Disney shares the filing for the previously announced victory, detailing the votes for and against each of the Walt Disney Company's current board members and the nominees from Try-In Group and Blackwell's. Notably, CEO Bob Iger received 94% of the votes in his favor. The board member with the lowest number of votes for re-election was Maria Elena Langomasino, one of two members that Try-In Group was looking to remove and replace. Nelson Peltz of Try-In Group ultimately received about 31% of votes in his favor. Jay Rasulo, as we know him, received 12%. Each of the three nominees from Blackwell's group received 2% of votes. The full tallies can be seen on our site. Now we're going to take you all the way to Japan to check in and see what Tom Corliss is up to with Tom's Tokyo Minute.
Konnichiwa, everybody. Thanks for that wonderful and very weird introduction. Yeah, I should be used to the weirdness by now, shouldn't I? Anyway, here's a quick update on everything going on at the Tokyo Disney Resort. As you know, this week was the kickoff of 3 events, that being Dreaming of Fantasy Springs at Tokyo Disney Sea, and then Space Mountain, the final ignition at Tokyo Disneyland, and Donald's Quacky Duck City, part of Disney Palpalooza at Tokyo Disneyland as well. We have great coverage of all of that on the website. I know Eric told you about the parade on the last show. You've got to watch the parade. It's here on our YouTube channel. It's wild. It's wild, and the song will get stuck. It's so corny and weird and wild. Please go watch it. We also now have a post with all the decor that's turned Tokyo Disneyland into Donald's Quacky Duck City, including what I think are the best trash cans they've ever done for a Disney park. So go check that post out on the website. Also, Space Mountain, the final ignition has kicked off. They put a new banner up outside of the attraction. There's this cool exit hallway decor, as well as sort of a preview at the end of that hallway of the new Space Mountain coming in 2027. There's a free sticker you can get if you talk to a cast member. A lot of cool stuff part of the event, and some great merchandise, which will be in my next vlog coming up, the vlog that'll be about Quacky Duck City and Space Mountain, the final ignition. And then over at Tokyo Disney Sea, they began the Dreaming of Fantasy Springs event, which is the countdown to the land opening on June 6th. The port, I should say, at Disney Sea, which is a big reason why I'm here. And part of that event, there's all sorts of decor at the front of the park. There is the Harbor Greeting Show, which we have a full video of right here on the channel. You can watch. There's lots of specialty food and specialty merchandise. That'll all be in our vlog for Dreaming of Fantasy Springs, which should be out today or tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how editing goes after this. Lots of other cool stuff. There's a free sticker there as well. There's a 1-minute projection show where they put the countdown on the front of Hotel Miracosta. A lot of cool stuff there. You could read that full post at wdwnt.com, and again, watch the video of the Harbor Show here on the channel. And again, the vlog will be sort of a guide. I tried a lot of the food. I show all the merchandise. We show the harbor greeting, all of that stuff in the vlog as well. And I want to quickly just thank everybody for supporting the Tokyo vlogs so far. They've been a huge hit. If you haven't watched them, please go check them out. Before I recorded this, there are 3 that are out right now, and as well also the Tokyo Disney Sea Food and Wine Festival review, the first one ever, and I tried everything, and that's been a huge hit too. More of you have watched that than watched the California Adventure Food and Wine video. It's pretty wild. So we really appreciate it. There's going to be more, obviously I've talked about there's more Disney vlogs coming from Japan, but also you guys have asked to see some of my daily life in Japan, and there will be an episode or 2 of that coming up in the next week or so as well. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. I'm going to send you back into the very capable hands of Eric, who's doing a wonderful job, and without which I could not operate this company every day. So thank you, Eric, and I'll see you guys real soon. I'll see you at Stage 89, stage89.com. I'm going to keep plugging it. We're almost there.
Well, thanks for that, Tom. I hope you're having a good time out there, and we'll hold down the fort while you're gone. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it to today's show, be sure to check out wdwnt.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.